Jerry. Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we
Welcome, degenerates, to Blockchain Basement. It is I, the Dictator. Last night there was a bloodless coup, and a new dictatorship has taken over Blockchain Basement. So get ready to get into details that you would rather not have uncovered. Get ready to cover altcoins that you probably are too afraid to FOMO into, and get ready to cover things about the economy that you frankly would rather not think about. Because here on Blockchain Basement, we make it weird and we get in there.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of getting in there, how is everyone feeling today? Let's start with Biscuit Jesus. How are you feeling, bro?
What?
How are you feeling?
No.
You just know?
Just no. I'm feeling great. Buying some Cardano degen coins.
Ooh.
I blame DZ for his financial advice on them. You know, usual.
Yep. Hannah, how's it going over in Gen Z?
Feeling good, feeling great. Gloomy day outside, but we're not. We're not gloomy.
Yeah, she's popping that Vyvanse right before the show. Drew, how are you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling saucy. I'm feeling ready. I've got a potential, kind of slight spin-off show for myself and the Druth. I know.
Do not shill your own bags here on Blockchain
It's not even a bag to shill yet. But
how dare you?
Give me your ideas for names in the chat. You know, I'm thinking of name ideas right now.
Yep.
Settled on a few, but let me know what you guys think in the chat. What I should name it. I'm in the concoction phase right now, getting everything together. But pretty excited about it. So
cool. Top G, what's going on today, bro?
I'm feeling present, feeling wonderful. I'm glad that I don't have a rash, unlike Top.
Yeah, that looks brutal.
Yeah, the Cobra brothers, they're kind of feeling a little scratchy.
Yeah. All right, let's just real quick. What are the odds he had tampered bottles of water? 5%, 1%, 0.1%, 50%?
It's a non-zero chance for sure.
The non-zero chance.
Who?
Like the jail
Andrew
gave him
Tate,
water?
He broke out in hives hours ago.
Yeah.
He had only drinking coffee and water for the day. They put up a couple updates. It was just, it doesn't make sense, for him to just break out in rashes from water and coffee.
You don't think you could have walked through some poison ivy, maybe? I don't know. Could have
From
been.
the videos I've seen of his grounds, he kind of has that high fence. I don't think he really ventures outside of
He's
that.
walking around mostly naked though most of the time. So
his videos, it was very short shorts we saw.
Yeah.
Very short shorts.
Very short.
Are the 80s NBA shorts coming back, and how do we feel about that? We'll start with the woman's opinion. Hannah, how do you feel about the guys in the short shorts?
The 9-inch shorts.
No, 5-inch.
You're talking about basketball?
Yeah.
Like they have long shorts now
just
and they're
in
making
general.
them shorter, like the 70s, 80s?
Just in general,
Like
at the
chubbies.
gym,
Yeah.
at the beach,
NASCAR races.
shopping, NASCAR, just in general, shorts getting shorter. Are we a fan? Are we not?
I'm very mutual. Do what you want. You do what you want with your fashion. Fashion's there to express yourself. But I mean, I will say girls seem to be going longer. Girls are starting to dress like boys and boys are starting to dress like girls. Not everybody, but I don't know. Mutual.
Yeah.
Get rid of mom jeans, though.
Mom
I
jeans?
mean, look,
No,
on the
they're
right.
cute. They're
Look,
cute.
all right,
On
hang on. We're not going to get into fashion. We're not one of those channels, okay?
Sometimes
Guys, I
fashion,
tried
when
to
it's
derail
ugly,
us.
when it's
Yeah.
ugly, it's cute. It's so ugly that it's cute.
So ugly that it's cute. I
How it
like
works.
that.
Oh, wait, does that work for me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
precisely.
it especially works for men. So today's show
Arr.
brought to you by Liquid Death. Hang on.
Ooh. You've been slamming those things all morning. acting erratically.
Yeah.
Do you have a rash?
Liquid death everywhere. So, R.I.P. Jerry Springer passed away today at the ripe old age of 79.
Nice.
I mean, he was kind of like the herpes of television for a long, long while, you know? But he did a lot of innovative things.
Are you sure that's not Carrot Top?
Yeah, I mean,
no, he's the he's more of like the anal warts of Jerry Springer is that like he's that lip herpes.
Oh, DZ's
TV.
thinking of something.
Yeah.
Who is the herpes of entertainment? I don't know. I give it to Weird Al. It's the first name
What?
that I thought of.
why?
He's
Wash
been
his
popping up
mouth.
since '83 all the way till
He didn't-
4 years ago. I think
He just won't go away. That's
Yeah.
true. He does have that.
I mean, we're
aspect
looking
to
at
it.
like
Okay.
40 years ago. He
We're talking
was
about-
doing fat and eat it.
I would just think like he's not like a venereal disease. He's more of like, you know, latent chicken pox that shows up as shingles later on in life.
I was thinking
It's
Whoopi
white and
Goldberg.
nerdy.
What
White
about
and nerdy. made me
Whoopi
think that.
Goldberg.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
All right, it's Jersey
The
Shore.
cast of
It's
The
Jersey
View?
Shore.
It is Jersey Shore.
It's
Jersey Shore.
You're right.
Wait, are they
Rug
the-
Gang was right. It's Jersey Shore, everybody.
Yeah, Jersey Shore. Yeah, they're like the combo. They're
Sorry,
like
Snooki and
the gonorrhea.
situation.
Jersey Shore is the gonorrhea of
Jim
television.
Sam Laundry.
That seems like
Ron, stop.
Stop. Shout out to the chat. I almost forgot to do that. Rug Gang, Radio Crypto Face, Crimzo Caravan, DeRoy Rakin, DeRoy Alkin, Ralphie227. This is the Bitcoin way. Crypto Halligan, Crypto Buds, Crypto Naughty, Crypto Boogie. A lot of the cryptos in the attic today. There you. Thank you so much, Drew. The Van Buren boys, No Go.
Van Buren boys.
Yeah, Van Buren boys. Paper Beats
Psychedelic.
Rock. Thank you all for coming out to the basement today. You're all welcome in the dictatorship. You can never leave. This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. I run the
How
show.
does he read with his glasses? He has Terminator vision.
Yeah. So
what they give
again, this is one of those things like in order to be a dictator, you must see through the BS. And so I've been training myself with these sunglasses to see through the BS. It took me years to get to a point to where I could even function. I would put them on and I could barely see and I would vomit profusely. And the same thing would happen to you if you even tried to do this level of professionalism that I
It's
bring.
the opposite of that scene in The Matrix where
Yeah.
the guy's looking at the ones and zeros. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know, I just used to see ones and zeros. That is what he sees.
That is what I see all the time. So now that we're done with Jerry Springer, our old boy, what's up?
How did he make the food look so good? The pizza. You
Oh,
saw
I know.
that?
The pineapple on the
HD.
pizza.
Do
Yeah.
that again. Do
Huh?
that again, Covertus.
I want to send Nick D a pair of pit vipers. Look,
That
in
wasn't them,
addition
that
to
was
getting
me.
sponsored by Liquid Death, if I could get sponsored by pit vipers and actually have Bitcoin pitties,
Yeah.
that would be.
Okay.
All right. Tucker Carlson
Ah.
tonight usually pulled 2.6 million viewers. Meanwhile, Tucker's update video that he just posted on Twitter has pulled in over 46 million views in 12 hours. Round of applause for Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's go.
here for
You
it.
go, boy.
We're here for it.
I'm loving it.
Look,
I'm
your
loving
boy Tucker, you know, him and I align probably 70% on politics. He's got a couple takes that I don't agree with. I think he, you know, obviously went a little overboard with the January 6th stuff. Some of his narratives, and yeah, he did get smoked by Jon Stewart 20 years ago, but who cares? Like, if that's the thing that everyone brings up as a gotcha and you go 20 years without another gotcha, well then damn, he's doing pretty freaking good. Overall, how are we feeling about the new era for Tuckerdom? How are we feeling?
Oh,
Everyone,
dude.
just shout it out as the spirit leads.
Bullish.
I'm super bullish on it. Bullish as F.
I'm
Yep.
so excited. It's a statement.
It is.
Another statement from Tucker.
I mean, I imagine a situation. What if him and Don Lemon got together and Don Lemon could like tee up conversations for him, and then Tucker Carlson? I think that might be a little bit.
I think
healthy
Don
for the-
Lemon's going to go on The View, and he will be
Yeah.
there for the next 30 years, a barnacle.
He'll be like Whoopi's
In
coffee
society.
guy or something like that. Maybe next. I don't know. Maybe he's got a bright future.
He's just going to be. He's just going to be one of the girls, just there, just chatting it up. One of the girls, you know.
Like, can I fuck with Ariel for life? Who says if Travis Barker pulled a Liquid Death sponsorship, Nick could for sure.
Yes.
You realize you're talking about one of the best drummers of all time.
It's true.
I think you're trying to shit on
You
Travis.
You think
No.
Nick
So
can't
what
compete?
Travis Barker did for Liquid Death
Oh, okay.
is he posed naked.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Never mind. That makes way
so
more
are
sense.
you
No.
gonna pose naked?
I have 1/1 millionth of a percent of the talent Travis Barker does. I do enjoy playing the drums, but Travis Barker I mean, he's no Neil Peart, he's no John Bonham, but he is in the top 20 drummers of all time for sure.
He's phenomenal.
But yeah, if all it takes to get some love from Liquid Death. By the way, this mango, for me, it's kind of mid, but it has a very good flavor. The lime, I still think, is the most superior of all the deaths. Yeah, Travis Barker. I don't want to pull it up because, I mean, it's a kid's show.
Yeah, that might be a little
It's a family-friendly blockchain show.
Yeah,
really.
But yeah,
You guys let me on.
I will pose naked with Liquid Death if
Me
they
too.
will
I'll
they will
do it.
sponsor me.
Are you
Okay.
gonna shave or no?
DZ, where do you think Tuck's
Wow,
gonna
way to
land?
avoid it.
Where do you think Tuck's gonna land?
I think he's going to land on independent media. I don't. We're
really?
all like bullish. Oh, you know that thing has 57 million views. I like is actually viewed 17 million times to pop up on 57 million feeds. So still really, really great. I don't know if he can sustain that long term for a really long time because we're talking about he has an hour-long show that's viewed by millions. So we got millions of people watching for 40 minutes versus 17 million people watching for 1 minute. And so, like, is it really a bigger impact? You know, because there's more views on this Twitter video. I would argue probably not. That being said, I think he'll probably try to learn from what Ben Shapiro did. And I think you're seeing James O'Keefe do the same thing and Matt Walsh as well. Ben Shapiro started Daily Mail, was it
Daily Wire?
Daily Wire, but I think he owns like less than 10% of that. I think Tucker Carlson's going to come out with something. He has a little bit more money. He has a little bit more leverage, and I think he can come out and like own like a 51% of a nice independent media. Will it get bought like Al Gore's thing? Maybe, maybe not. I'm leaning towards no, but I'm looking forward to anything he might put out in the future.
Yeah, I could see him collaborating with James O'Keefe in the very near future. They're very much aligned.
Think he does the collab with Russell Brand, oddly enough.
That was my first inclination, like to get on Rumble, to get in there with old Rusty Buckets. And I mean, that would be great. Mike Vollmer says Nick should replace Tucker. That would be awesome. No one can replace Tucker.
No.
There can only just be a Dictator on Fox News, and frankly, Fox couldn't handle it.
We need to get Tucker and the Hit Network off.
He's doing pods now, so we got to get him in this rotation somehow.
Somebody said, Uncle Tinfoil, FYI, did you know Tucker and Don share the same lawyer?
Yes, him and Don Lemon have the same lawyer. Hopefully, Tuck is a handcuffed by non-compete clause for his payout. There's an important note. Technically, he isn't fired. They took his show off the air. He's still under contract, so he's still technically a Fox employee. He just can't do anything.
He's getting paid for the next, I think, 18 months.
Yeah, and so we'll see if they do some sort of buyout, maybe give him half his money up front, then kind of let him do his own thing, or they just have him on the sidelines paying him while he gets richer, but they have him muzzled.
Yeah, he gets paid $1 million a month. That is his salary.
You know,
$1 million a month. Although I'm sure there's he got some sort of vig for ratings that he's not going to get anymore, so they took that bump from him. But yeah, I mean, Rupert Murdoch knows what is going on. Anyways, let's talk about Bitcoin moving around real quick. Some people are saying that big wallets are moving Bitcoin. It's down. Well, I don't even know what the price is.
it's like right back to where it was before the pump and the dump and then the pump again. So,
yeah.
You know.
So sources are saying it's not a bunch of Mt. Gox creditors. Sources are saying it's the U.S. government dump. Although today on the morning show, we had some other sources saying that it wasn't the U.S. government either, that it was some other type of whale. So either way, someone took some profits.
Yeah, big time.
Someone saw that 29K, that 30K, and they hit dump it.
Yep.
And that's what happened. So, I mean, this is, you know, we're in a low volume in comparison to the bull run environment. So these sorts of snap moves by Bitcoin are to be expected. It was, you know, basically a 10% move, which is big for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, we're in an accumulation zone no matter what. Yeah, this is AP Abacus. He does a lot of good sleuthing on chain. He drops a lot of alpha as well. But really, the big news of the day, and this is where we're going to park for a while. By the way, shout out to Blockchain Basement on TikTok and to my own followers on TikTok. What's going on?
What up?
The big news of the day is the GDP. Can we play? Are we able to play a little bit of this?
Hell to the yeah.
Do I need to move my mic over?
Yeah.
Okay. Here it comes.
data coming out right now.
We do. I'm going to do consumer confidence first from the Conference Board for April, coming in at 101.3. That is worse than the 104 that economists were estimating, and it's worse than 104 that we saw in March as well. This is interesting because a lot of the recent consumer data that we've seen, at least the confidence front, has been trending a little bit better. So it's interesting to see this one miss estimates. It looks like the present situations index is coming in at 151.1. Expectations falling, though, and that perhaps is the reason for the shortfall in the overall number, coming in at 68.1. So interesting numbers there. And then we also got new home sales. Those beat estimates. New home sales at an annual pace of 683,000. That is an increase of 9.6% month over month. And that is an unexpected increase, we should say, as well. 632,000 is what economists were looking for on that front. So
yeah. PSYOP bullshit. So the reason that there is
unexpected by nobody.
Yeah, unexpected by literally except that woman.
Yeah.
So and the guy that was right next to her. It's just not like a female thing. Anyways, and now I just made it that. You see how I did that?
I didn't go there with that, but you sure as hell thought of it quick.
Yeah. Hannah's like kicking me under the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone knew this was going to happen because there was a giant backlog for houses being built. So they could not sell them. There was a backlog of houses being built because there were no materials to build them. So house building slowed down a lot because there was like no nails, there was no wood, there's no roof. Drywall, the price of drywall went insane through the roof. So yeah, the backlog got cleared. A bunch of houses got sold. This is not the trend. Okay,
well, it's
this
not
is
only that. There's a second component
Yep.
of this, and that's people with the rising interest rates. They don't want to upgrade their home anymore, and so they're in a 2-bedroom and they want to upgrade to a 3-bedroom. Well, they're looking. Oh my God, our mortgage is going to double.
Yep.
We can handle an extra $200, an extra $400, but we got locked in at 3.2, or we got locked in at 4.5, or we got locked in at 2.1.
Yep.
Now, if I were to re-sign a new loan, holy crap, I'm coming in at 6, 7, and so.
Yep.
The people in homes now do not want to sell. And so what's happening right now is you're seeing people, sitting in their homes right now.
Yep.
And it's just people, you have 1,000 homes that are new construction. You got 10,000 homes that are, existing domiciles. All of a sudden that 10,000 becomes 9, becomes 8, becomes 7 as more and more people say, you know what, we're not going to upgrade our home. We're just going to sit still. And then now you have people, talking to John, he has a new construction home.
Oh,
he was saying it was the environment of 12 months ago. That was really the only thing that he can do is so many people coming in above bids, paying cash, doing this.
Yep.
And it was a first come, first serve, first 80 homes get sold, the 80 people get it, and then it's done. And so I think we're seeing more and more of that as people don't want to leave their homes and sign a new mortgage.
It's increasingly difficult. And actually, I have spoken to several contractors and seen like dozens on TikTok saying, do not buy a house that was made from 2020 until this year.
I'm so glad you said that. He was saying all the freaking issues he's having.
The houses that have been built in the past 3 years are crap.
Yep.
Crap. Do not buy a new construction house for the love of God. Thankfully, my house was built in 1961. So we're stuck in that lead paint every day with them aluminum wires. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, new houses are terrible, awful. They're not worth the money. You are overpaying like crazy. People from California are fleeing as fast as they can. Okay, they're running away from the Walking Dead hordes over in California while Gavin Newsom is at French Laundry. And they're coming here. They're paying cash because they can sell their house. If they bought within the last 10 years, they're up 50%. So they sell their house. They're sitting on $400,000 in their pocket. And they're buying houses here on the East Coast, in Florida, in Georgia, sight unseen. And so these crap houses are super inflated in the market. Yeah, Drew, jerk.
I just sent the money and showed up and demanded.
He just wired some money to some rando outside of a Bitcoin ATM and then got a house.
I was fighting cash investors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was even paying half down, you know what I mean? And that was still an aggressive battle. It was crazy getting a house during that like height of when home prices were at their peak and the Fed funding rates were still super low. It was an absolute bloodbath trying to get into a house. Now we've got, some houses in the neighborhood have stayed for sale for like up to 4 or 6 months, taking longer to sell, but they are still selling. And I'm starting to see materials actually come down. I did do a renovation when materials were super expensive. Sucked. I couldn't even afford a contractor. I ended up having to do it myself because the materials cost so much that I had to pick up the hammer and get after it. So it's the way it goes. Sometimes you got to get going.
Hannah, is home ownership even on your radar right now? Or are you just like, I'm screwed?
I'm working towards it very slowly, but I'm hoping that, I don't know. I don't have like a solidified plan. I'm just stacking money, saving for a down payment, and I'm going to hope to have like a big enough down payment to get me what I want to get within the next, like, I want to say like 5 years. Yeah. Hopefully.
I would say 5 years. If you're smart with your money, you could probably find a decent house in the next 5 years, because by then interest rates should be settling out.
Someone brought up prefabs, garbage, 3D printed houses. That is going to be a narrative.
That'd be great.
Right, 5 years from now, especially AI starts rolling out, because think about how hard it'd be to get your machinery to like, okay, move exactly 8 feet, it has to be level, then 4 feet, and then we're making a closet. Imagine AI. You just set it in your driveway and it like scoots up and, does the survey and it's like, okay, it's this plot of land. And it's, next thing you know, it's building up your retention walls.
It's funny you mentioned that, because there is actually a company that has developed a robotic concrete pump that can basically 3D print houses.
There's several of them
out of concrete
for years now.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. It's not cost efficient yet in the United States, but I think very soon we will see 3D printed houses.
Yeah, they're already printing it, but kind of, I guess to further reiterate my point, like, you have to get a level and you're moving it and you're being very careful and it's all, there's very hands-on. I'm talking about you hit a button at the bottom of your driveway and it rolls up and just starts doing it on its own.
Do you think that will make the cost of housing go down?
Oh, but we need more. That is the problem with the cost of housing. It is supply. We are, I believe it's 2.5 million houses in the hole from having enough houses for however many people want them.
So if we can just print the supplies, then we're
we need more.
What could go wrong?
It's a multifaceted issue, but yes, adding more to the supply will drive.
This was one of the first ways, like right when I met you guys, I went to this little speaker, a blockchain speaker from my school, and he was talking about smart contracts and NFTs and how you could print, like, let's say they're missing a screw and that was slowing down construction. So you could buy an NFT, use a smart contract, buy an NFT for that screw, print it, and then use it to build your house.
Yeah.
Utility.
Or you could just go to any makerspace website and just download it.
I wish I was in that class just so I could all over his points there.
Yeah, there's so many issues.
It wasn't
with
a class. It was a keynote speaker. Jack Shaw was his name.
Jack Shaw.
Jack Shaw. Call out.
Well,
yeah.
Get down here in the basement.
Jack didn't solve the issue in that argument.
Okay, BJ, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
He said
you're
more.
Done. Okay.
We mute him.
Anyways.
Here we go. Yeah, BJ, mute yourself. So, in addition to the housing market being totally foobar and GDP's apparently surprising everyone except for no one, consumer debt. Look at this.
This was the best part.
Holy
this is the punchline.
ballsack.
Yeah.
This is not great.
That is.
Look at that. It was like the savings rate's like basically flat. Spending rate or credit card is going up and up and up. The flu season happens. Everyone gets stimmy checks and then they all spend them. And then credit goes down and then it's just resumed. It has resumed the trajectory, if not increased the spike. I believe, and I was trying to pull data.
That's credit card debt and fiat value. I mean, won't that just trend up and to the right over time anyways with inflation?
No,
I'm saying, that's an obvious spike. Well, I'm saying, we're going to be $100 in 1940. Fast forward, the average debt will be $1,000 in 2000. You know what I mean? Won't inflation make it go up and to the right anyways?
No, so this is revolving credit by family.
I don't know what the vertical axis is. I just see credit card debt for the red line.
So the vertical is in billions of dollars.
Right. So that would just go up and to the right naturally. Now, obviously, that's a huge spike that doesn't account for inflation. I'm just saying, overall, we're going to trend up and to the right. Well, trillions of dollars of credit card debt.
DZ's correct.
Yeah, DZ's correct. If Americans,
if we have a 2.5% inflation or an 11% inflation or any kind of inflation, it'll go up and to the right.
You're making the assumption that people are going to continue to use credit cards. So this is not good. It's not like they're putting money into assets to adjust for inflation. They're literally putting money into 25% interest credit cards.
Yeah.
Like this is a different place to put your money. So it is not a foregone conclusion that this is just gonna continue to go up and to the right.
It will. If I don't know, if maybe I need to zoom out for you or something. I'm just saying, average American buys a washing machine on a credit card a year, right? It will go up and to the right because washing machines will become more and more expensive.
No. So if you buy if you buy a washing machine on a credit card and then you pay it off, then you're not having it on there. This is the revolving credit. So it's your washing machine.
Okay, let me reiterate. Everybody buys a washing machine and then has the payment for 1 month, and then they pay it off. That would make the chart go up and to the right with inflation as washing machines become more expensive.
Well, this is outpacing inflation.
Yeah, and I agree. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
The best part about that graph is the savings rate. Like the savings rate's what's going to save us supposedly out of this GDP mess, right? We're going to have all this savings that we're going to go out and re-inject into the economy for goods, and the savings rate is collapsing by and that's not moving along with inflation by any means. And according to the Fed, inflation should be waning. That savings rate, personal or credit card rate, does not look like it waned with the same movement that they said the inflation did. So
these are dislocated from the inflation rate. These are not correlated with the inflation rate 1-to-1. Like it's not like when there's a 1% increase in inflation, there's a 1% increase in credit card debt.
Okay.
So like if no one is saving and not even to outpace inflation, but what they are doing is they're putting purchases onto 25-30% interest rate credit cards. That is what Americans are spending their money on. So Americans don't have money. Well, first of all, they don't have any fiscal responsibility. They don't have any money. So this is, I believe, and I was trying to pull data back from like the 90s. I believe this is the highest it's ever been. Now, I mean, we printed a buttload of money, but the fact that these are going onto credit cards, that's crazy. I would think that there could be at least be some kind of like spread between like credit cards and like auto loans or mortgages and other types of debt, but to see the actual credit card, this illiquid toxic debt be this high, that is what's the most alarming to me, especially in comparison to this low with the savings rate, which is essentially zero. That is the most alarming thing.
And the inflation rate, brought into this is an interesting thing to think about. Like, I don't think they adjust for inflation on this chart, which is. But it would be nice if they did, right? They should at this point, like, and not to mention like the valuations that we give, NASDAQ and all these other things. They don't have any inflation rate adjustment for them. It's just the number. So you think you're making 2% on your stock, and you're actually losing 4% at this point if you're just going by the basic spoon-fed narrative of 6% inflation, which isn't accurate.
David Freeberg has been saying the next big crisis will be debt, Americans' debt blowing up, and he's been saying that for freaking a year and a half.
Do you think it's going to be this, or do you think it's going to be car loans or something else, DZ?
I think it will all be connected. I don't think there will be any like one shoe you can point at and say, oh, houses dropped first, and then it hit cars and credit cards. I think it'll just kind of all happen at once.
Yeah. So this is showing you why being here in this stream, learning about crypto, learning about money in its context is good for your brain and good for your bottom line. This is the graph showing you exactly what not to do, right? When retail, just like in trading, when retail's FOMOing into that, that's when you sell, okay? When retail is putting everything on credit cards and not saving, like, what do you think the hedge funds and banks are doing right now? They're sitting on a giant pile of dry powder. How much, they always talk about on All In podcast, how much dry powder's on the sidelines right now? It's like $200 billion or something like that, DZ?
Yeah, they were talking about 2 weeks ago. I don't recall, but there is a lot of dry powder. I think kind of like lemmings, though. We're all waiting. Like, all right, is Tiger jumping in yet? No. Pantera? No. I'm just waiting, and then it'll be all at once.
It'll be all at once. So look at this graph of the what not to do graph. That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway, folks.
Naval Ravikant says, living below your means will give you freedom most people cannot even fathom.
Yes, that is absolutely true in every possible way. So, Hannah, do you see this playing out anecdotally among your friends? Is everyone just kind of swiping their credit cards and like, YOLO, I'm not going to pay this back. I'm going to be dead by when I'm 30. Or is it like, are people actually afraid of like not being able to have money anymore?
I mean, I can't speak like for all of my friends, but I would
No,
say
speak for all of your friends and all women now.
a lot of people don't like my age don't really understand credit. Like that's at the point that we're at right now. A lot of them are really starting to even learn about credit right now and like starting to build their credit history right now at like 21. I got a card when I was 18 and started like working towards it. So I kind of understand a little bit. I'm a little bit more cautious. I think my friends are cautious. My friends are cautious. My circle, people my age that I talk to are cautious, but definitely people, they don't understand it. And a lot of people just spend it as if it's free money.
I have just a theory I'm throwing out. I haven't never heard this, and I literally just came up with. So feel free to poop all over it and tell me how wrong I am.
Yeah.
Let's have a little debate.
That's
here.
my fetish.
All right, Carl.
Now,
This is Saudi
I
Arabia.
feel like there's people because now more of us know that university is a scam. You know, the whole
100%.
student loan system is a scam. I feel like we're much more educated on that than we were 15 years ago.
Yep.
So I feel like 15 years ago, a lot of my peers had school loans. And what would people do with school loans? They would spend some of that on food. They would spend some of that on entertainment. They would spend some of that on their bills. They would get a nice big check in the fall or maybe a nice big check in January. And then they would use that for other things. Now, are there less student loans?
No.
Meaning more people are maybe, hey, I don't have $2,000 extra lying around in August for my student loan check. Guess I got to use a credit card.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. She's saying no. I mean, maybe there are more loans now than there were. I just feel like it's more and more people know college and universities are a scam, though.
Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, I've heard like people paying out of pocket for their loans, they're paying for school, but people that are getting them like don't really understand. I don't think a lot of people are saving their student loans or putting them towards school. I think they're spending it. And then they're having to resort to credit cards.
People always done that. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember I don't remember people I knew who, you know, maybe sold smokable flowers. They, you know, those student loans would be pretty popular, period. You know,
They
sales,
go to
you know, fucking
go to school for the loans.
Toke.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
They
maybe
know they
Uncle
can get
Biden will
accepted and
wipe
get
it
some
clean.
loans.
All right.
Biden's going to wipe it clean. He
Wipe
promised.
it clean. Drew, let's talk about capital flight.
Oh,
The yuan overtakes the dollar to become the most used currency in China's cross-border transactions.
expected. We expected this.
The yuan, according to official data, efforts reflecting by Beijing to internationalize the use of the yuan. Cross-border payments went up over $100 billion in March. So yeah, that's a big difference right there. Data from SWIFT showed that yuan's share of global currency transactions for trade finance rose to 4.5% in March, while the dollar accounted for 83.71%. I know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this?
I mean, like, there's a lot of hyperbole going on right now. Everyone's acting like these countries can just escape the dollar, you know, over the next month, or this is going to be the super quick, fast-moving collapse and stuff. And really, you know, I don't think America and its control of the world economy and world money is going to go quietly into the night. Like, you know, it's probably going to go kicking and screaming. Likelihood of our, you know, what do you call it? A dynasty, or, you know, the superpower that is the United States coming to an end is upon us. I think the average lifespan is like 250 to 270 years, which we're right at. And the make or break it type war situations are every 80 years, which we're also at that juncture right now. We do have this new variable of technology with what we're talking about in cryptocurrency. So that is the unknown variable that I plug into this equation, and the answer is unknown. I don't know who's going to pick up the tokenization of finance and really be the leader in it. It could be the United States, and we could extend our life cycle 100, maybe 50 years more. Or we can let China and Russia develop this BRICS monetary system outside of us and just watching in the sidelines, crying in the corner while this entire economy is run.
I tend to agree with that. If I were to counter it at all, just kind of using history, it wasn't Great Britain did kind of go quietly into the night. France did kind of go quietly into the night, and it wasn't their fault. It was they had wars that divided their attention. So we had World War I. Great Britain lost their dominance. I believe it's the War of 1812. France lost their dominance. So
when was that?
It wasn't like I think it was 13th century. So
Nailed
maybe you know we'll get hung up on some other thing that's like, you know, using 80% of our attention, and then it just kind of happens during that period.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot
I agree
of,
with what you're saying. I was just thinking
yeah, there's a lot of overblown
I mean,
The
Taiwan's
context-
coming. Taiwan's
That's
coming.
what I'm thinking too.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Taiwan's
It would be-
coming,
if
dude.
if it is something like it would be Taiwan.
I've been
Yeah.
saying
Hate saying
Taiwan's
that, but-
coming. Like I've been saying Ukraine first, then Taiwan for like 4 or 5 years now.
Taiwan coming is also a move.
I feel like we're gonna that M2 money.
Oh yeah.
You know, the money supply of the world, or what we're putting into the world, is going to jackknife north once Taiwan experiences a trade embargo from China. China's going to cut off the trade and do an embargo first,
Yep.
and then if we allow that, then no war. We likely won't, and then move into the next part of the process. It's unfortunate. It takes a lot of time, and if you're watching these situations now, over the next year or two, you're going to feel like you're watching grass grow, and then it all of a sudden hit 3 or 4 years from now, and you'll be like, wow, okay, I'm glad I positioned myself correctly ahead of this monetarily with Bitcoin, outside the U.S. monetary system, land, houses, assets, hard assets. That's how you can position ahead of this coming. So
Yeah. That's the lesson. That's the lesson here, folks.
It's going to be the have-nots and the have-yachts.
pretty much.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah. And then also looking for Taiwan. As soon as any movement happens with Taiwan, be it a blockade, a war, trade embargo, that is pretty much the end of rapid AI development, because AI is gated right now by silicon.
Yeah.
Okay. Running a large language model requires just as much, if not more, computing power as a Bitcoin miner. Like even a small one, like an at-home large language model, if you want to train it, like it looks like a crypto mining
They
rig.
got GPT-4 now fits on a new iPhone.
Really?
Yeah, you can run. I'm talking about, so you're not running it locally. Like the actual file for GPT and the interface, you can run it on an iPhone, but you cannot train it, and then it cannot.
Oh yeah, you're talking about like okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. The actual training,
computational requirements to get the model. the way it's
exactly.
at,
Yeah. So right now, everyone on OpenAI, ChatGPT-4, it's all cloud based. Well, there's a gigantic data center. I think it costs OpenAI $3 million. I think it's a week or a month just in data center cost to run GPT-4. So
Are they only getting paid from subscriptions?
as of for right now, yeah. And I don't think that, I think that barely covers the costs of GPT-4. So yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Midjourney.
I just signed up $20 2 days ago.
Yeah,
3 days
I mean,
ago.
it's a steal for $20 a month. It's
worth it to pay for it.
Depending on what you need it for. It has gotten a little bit dumber recently. Like I've been annoyed with that. Like I tried to get it to write a 1,000 word article on a thing, and it just ran out of gas at 500 words. It just would not do the rest of the article.
I asked it last week. I was like, write a tweet with crude humor.
Yep.
Like write a funny tweet about crypto with crude humor. And it was like, I'm sorry, I'm an artificial intelligence device. I can't say anything that's going to be offensive and I was like,
So
that's such a simple
you could do it,
prompt.
say it in the voice of Dave Chappelle, Dave Attell, Louis C.K., and it'll give you something.
Yeah.
4 is a huge upgrade over 3.5. I can say that.
Yeah, it is a big upgrade. The model, I forget exactly, but there's a few Discord groups that have the what we'll call quote unquote jailbroken ChatGPT, and it's the models. They're not Apache. I forget what it's called now, but they run on PyTorch. They're basically ChatGPT 3.5, but they're completely unlocked. There are Discord groups that are trading these AI assistants. A lot of them are NSFW. But yeah, they are training them. They are completely attached to the internet. They get up-to-date internet stuff, and they are going bonkers.
I will say probably don't use 4chan anymore. I went there to find Tucker Carlson news, and I did find some. I think I told you guys, or at least said in the morning stream, it was someone that worked there. They took photos of cardboard cutouts to prove they're in the office. They said Hannity's out in 30 to 45 days. That was the scoop.
Yep.
Well, you go to catalog, and there's a lot of Midjourney style stuff that is not appropriate.
No.
And I don't know if I'll ever go back to that website again.
Yeah, it is completely out of the box on 4chan now and on the deep levels of the internet. So
Coors Lightyear just said, I just talk shit to the AI on Snapchat. It hates me. So you asked me what Gen Z has been talking about yesterday, and Snapchat every Snapchat user over the last like week, they've rolled out an update where everybody is getting a message from AI. It's like your AI. So now everybody that has a Snapchat account can open this message and talk to the AI, and you can send it pictures and you can do whatever.
Kat asked me, what should I ask it? I said, ask it about Operation Northwoods and some other stuff. And
ask it about the Finger Lakes.
Oh, God.
Why are the Finger Lakes tattooed on the back of Hunter Biden?
Oh, no.
Anyways, I was going to go over some other stuff. Do we want to get saucy or do we want to get into altcoins? Do we really want to derail it? Do we want to go off the deep end and then come back to altcoins?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Just quick.
We'll
keep it in mind to be brief here.
Yeah.
Altcoins at the end.
We'll be brief.
Hit the likes if you want altcoins.
Yeah, I've got some sick altcoin alpha for you guys. But before we get into that, we're going to do the story that's going to make this officially the last episode of Blockchain Basement I will ever host.
Hell yeah.
Here we go. Okay. This is my Twitter, @NickDeMoney.
Oh, the dangerous
This
place.
guy, Gucci bucket hat. This guy is a menace to society in every way.
Mm.
Why are white women 45 years old leading the
I saw that
anti-depression? Look at this graph, folks. Boys and girls. Boys and girls.
Gainsey was tweeting about.
Yeah. This
It's
is
the amount of people that take antidepressants for 5 or 6 years plus,
Yes.
I believe,
So
consecutively.
white women who are 45 or older off the charts. So this is 2005, this is 2010, this is probably 2020. Off the charts.
Mm.
This man, Gucci bucket hat, was a menace to society in every way.
When did
He says, why is this happening? It's very simple. Dumb A millennial women bought into the whole Sex in the City psyop. And then he goes into
the specifics.
They live isolated in a degenerate, low sunlight, low nature city away from their families.
True.
They submit to their boss and not their husband.
No comment.
My God. Hannah, just jump in here if you got anything. They focus on their career and wait until they're 50 to have kids with 0 eggs.
Dead.
Why the LOL?
Yeah.
That's just mean. That's just a dick.
Yeah, that's dark.
No, that's showing the empty fallopian tubes.
Oh, that's true, huh?
The barren womb. Is that
Yep.
the O?
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, superficial Instagram dopamine ruined brain that is more focused on brunch pics versus a relationship with God, not being a
A farming
trollop.
tool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They age like cottage cheese. So after 35, they're
Wow.
mid and only attract 60-year-old men.
That's a little much.
And look, everything he's saying here can be said about the modern man.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't some like misogynistic thing. Like,
Yeah.
this is legitimate. Alcohol and Xanax addiction, atheist and opinionated.
Oh my bestiality with domestic.
I wasn't even going to say that, but
What?
yeah.
Oh my God. So go to the chart? Let me see here.
Look at this.
When did that spike start on the white women?
Is this real?
This is a real
not
chart.
real.
Yeah, no,
look,
this
look,
is-
look, look.
Yeah.
Man buns became a thing in 2010.
Oh.
Man buns became a thing in
then
2010.
Watch
And look
men were
here.
Your
depressed.
words.
iPhone released. iPhone released.
Oh my God. It led
Wait,
them
is that
to the man
yeah,
bun
around.
and then the results of the man bun and probably IPA.
But
and
look at the
hops.
younger adults. This is good.
Yeah.
This is Hannah.
Yeah.
This is younger adults.
I would argue ours is higher, like personally.
But that's you're on this. You're on this.
Wait, go back.
Dude,
to
I think I
BJ,
solved
go
it.
to the chart.
BJ, go to my computer.
Well, the spike also happens with the
Swear to
start
God,
of
the next
social
person
media.
tells me how to do my fucking job.
Social media
BJ.
happened early 2000s.
This is the Gen Z. They're not tracking this yet. Vyvanse.
No,
Oh.
Gen Z. I mean, I don't know the amount, the way that like truly, actually, yeah, Adderall and Vyvanse. They're putting ads for Adderall and Vyvanse on TikTok.
Man, let me say this. 10, 15 years ago, maybe, I don't know how long Vyvanse, back when I was younger, Vyvanse was for freaking drug addict meth heads. Like,
Yep.
only losers bought that. And
They're
it was
literally
it was
like-
known as being a methy, like, weird thing that,
is
you
meth.
know, you're a junkie if you're trying to get that from your doctor. Back when I was growing up.
TikTok has ads, and it's like you can now get Adderall online. Just
Let me
swipe
say
up.
this. No one needs Vyvanse, all right? No one needs Adderall. I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead and say that.
Just
I don't
take-
give a shit about your chemical composition in your brain. No, my uncle. Shut up, you loser. No
Just
one
take
needs,
DL-phenylalanine.
No one needs meth. No one needs meth salts. No one needs a cousin of a meth salt. No one needs crystal meth's cousin. No one.
All right, so
okay?
let's talk about this. So I know somebody who, when they were a young child, could not settle down, could not focus, like
Again,
could not pay attention.
D-phenylalanine. It's an
So-
amino acid imbalance.
They took, like, he went to parents took him to the doctor. They didn't know. The doctor gave him a very high dosage, and then
I'm sure he did.
kept having to raise it.
I'm sure
No
he did.
shit.
Yes, because to a hammer,
Chemical
everything's a nail.
dependency.
Do you think if they wouldn't do
Modern-
that, like that separates, he would be more successful if he hadn't gotten
Yes.
that?
Yes.
So here's the thing with
He is very
modern
successful.
pharmaceutical industry avoids this. With most mental issues, there's a cognitive and a chemical imbalance. You're supposed to use the chemical to help while the cognitive training is happening. And you're supposed to lower the dosage and eventually take the person off of the pharmaceutical. That's how it's designed.
Yeah.
It's not what they do. You
Yeah.
keep upping the dosage and increase dependency and don't even go into the cognitive issues at all. So yeah,
Mhm.
none of that is, the system is
Yeah.
about making
Whack.
money.
If they would have tested that kid for like heavy metals, there probably could have been some sort of thing with food dyes. There's a host
probably
of other
neurotransmitters between like norepinephrine, epinephrine, serotonin, GABA pathways, like all these things. You can do a piss test and see where all these neurotransmitters are, and then again with amino acid supplementation, actually fix this.
Yeah.
But, or take meth.
I've never met anyone that has sunlight, proper exercise, proper diet, have any kind of mental health issues. In my experience,
Yep.
that really takes that serious. I don't mean like
who has not had
they're
some sort of
depressed,
trauma.
they're depressed, and then they went to the gym for 15 minutes on Tuesday, and then they gave up on Wednesday, and then they're telling me on Thursday it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I'm saying like with serious commitment issues, serious commitment to it. I've never seen that not work.
Yes.
And I've had issues with depression myself.
Mhm.
I do have issues in my family with it. I don't really use that as any crutch. I don't even really ever talk about it because I think it's a loser way of thinking, even, romanticizing it and remembering
You don't
it.
fetishize your
I
trauma.
don't fetishize trauma.
No.
It is definitely a thing that people do, though. But in my experience, that has never failed, and ever. I've never seen it fail, ever. And people will say, well, no, I was depressed, so I couldn't work out. Shut the F up. If you can walk to your fridge, you can do a push-up.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say.
Absolutely. My, just people in my
Not
life.
true. What if you don't have arms?
Hang on. I want to bring the temperature in the room down a little bit.
Tongue pump.
And I want
tongue
you to know
push-ups, or
that you are not that like. I don't want you to feel attacked right now.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't feel attacked
Okay,
at all.
good.
I
I
agree. I
you're-
agree. I think that they give it out like candy to little kids, and
Yeah.
it kills their personality. It makes people less creative. It makes them
Turns them into
part of a
SBF.
system.
Guys,
Yeah.
+1 in the chat for Hannah being an absolute freaking G. I will say, like my own person, like even Friday, like had a not great day on Friday. I was actually incredibly agitated and I just could not get past it. And then I just kept on being agitated. I went home to my girlfriend and her husband, and like we were there just having a great night with the family, and I just could not get over it. So what did I do? I hung a heavy bag in my carport in my house, and I worked that heavy bag for 2 hours straight until my striking leg was basically black.
By the end, he's just saying, "Shut up, Dad! Shut up, Dad!"
Exactly.
He said my
I
face
was-
is
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
my
but
God.
afterwards, I literally felt like I had, how do I say this appropriately? Like I had arrived.
Mm.
Okay. And it felt amazing. It felt amazing just to get that anger out through physical work.
Mhm.
So yeah, +1 in the chat. Obviously, Hannah's an OG. Look, if you are here at Blockchain Basement, you are getting alpha. You are training your mind to be a better person. +1 yourself, guys. How many likes are we at, BJ? The show's almost over.
Probably a lot more if we moved on to altcoins.
Damn it.
Hey,
Okay.
we're at 135 likes right now. We have
135, guys.
411 people watching. Everybody hit the likes. Can we please-
411. Let's get it
we
to
need
420.
more.
Yeah, we need.
Let's get it
we
to
need at least
420.
300 by the end of the show.
Do your
Unbelievable.
part.
All right. Here we go. Boom. We've got some alpha. Lens Protocol. This is decentralized social media.
Hey, I got a Lens handle
There you
weeks
go.
ago. People are trying to. I get emails every day trying to buy it.
Really?
This is, Lens Protocol is going to be huge. They've rolled out Banzai, a blockchain scaling solution for social media. Look, if Ryan Selkis is bullish on Lens Protocol and decentralized social media, you should be too. The creators of Lens Protocol have introduced a beta version of Banzai, a blockchain scaling solution as the blockchain-based social media project gears up to handle increased volume, very bullish of transactions for users of Lens-based decentralized apps. So let's see what else is there. Lens Protocol is a social graph that offers a software stack to build decentralized competitors to social media giants like Twitter and Facebook. Launched on Polygon in May. I believe they're on their own mainnet now. So I don't think they're on Polygon anymore. Look, Lens is great. I don't know how the token price is going to do or whatever. I think things built on Lens are going to do better as far as just straight up token action. But this is something that you need to be aware of. You need to maybe not understand, like who actually does understand blockchain, basically 2 people in the entire world. But decentralized social media where you can move your data back and forth between apps, that's the killer. That's the killer for Web3 in the coming, I would say, 10 years, because there's going to be a sea change. We don't know how it's going to happen when it comes to decentralized social media, but things like Twitter, things like Rumble, you're only going to see more. There's not going to be less of that. There's just going to be more of that as traditional media dies and the power vacuum ensues. Things are going to fill that gap. So, DZ, what made you get into the Lens ecosystem?
Just following those airdrop farmers, and they said interact with this, and they checked wallets, and if you had a ENS domain, you might have had a chance of getting greenlit for Lens protocol name. And I was. Taco wasn't. I was. I don't think Justin was, but I was able to get dz.lens. I don't know if it's going to equal. I actually haven't really researched it that much, so I'm pretty. I didn't know we were talking about it today. Yeah, I might do some more research though.
Yeah, Lens is definitely something to research, look into. Again, they're like their token. I don't even think their token's technically like. I don't think their mainnet's technically active yet.
I mean, it's probably maybe I get an airdrop or something. For doing all this. I don't know. Yeah, I hope so.
So Lens protocol. Yeah, I don't even think their token's out yet. It's the Lens token. By the way, Twitter is full of Lens token scams. Please don't fall for that, folks. Okay,
I have to get on this.
It's probably not out yet. If it's on Twitter and it says there's an airdrop, it's probably not an airdrop.
Yeah.
Let's just go. What is Lens protocol? I want to show you the actual website for Lens protocol, so you all know what it looks like.
I like that the token's not for sale yet. Too.
Yeah,
like we can.
Lens.xyz is their website. So this is what their website looks like. It's kind of cutesy, Wes Anderson-y looking. So they have a bunch of. They're very developer centric. Okay, they're not gonna be putting out like a sexy wallet and stuff like that. Let's look at their Twitter. This is their official Twitter. FG Grow. It is at Lens Protocol.
I think it's LFG.
LFG. Yeah, they didn't think of that is a graphic design failure.
Yep.
So let's do better, Lens Protocol. But yeah, followed by a lot of smart people, including myself, including DZ. Look at Lens Protocol. Here we go.
Interesting.
Here we go. Zilliqa joins other layer ones in adding Ethereum virtual machine support on mainnet. Zilliqa is rolling out of Ethereum virtual machine. EOS did the same thing earlier this month. Oh, the rest of this article is blocked now. Dang it, Johnny. Well, look, here's the important thing. Zilliqa, you can mine it.
Yep.
It's amazing. You can actually dual mine Zilliqa with a host of other different proof of work coins. Let me go mining pool stats.stream. If we just look at Zilliqa, there's just 1,000. Actually, no, this is a terrible way to look at it. But yeah, you can merge mine Zilliqa with basically anything that runs Ethereum or the ET hash algorithm. So ETH Classic, I think Flux, used to be able to do it with proof of memes. So Zilla's great. What's going on?
No.
Hannah's bemused.
What do you see?
Last comment on YouTube.
Let me see it.
Isn't Zill making a console? Not into pink toes, but if I was Hannah, would be righteous.
Pink toes.
So you're not into pink toes, but if you were me,
you would be.
Yeah, I'm not into toes, but man, if they were pink, but I swear I'm not into them.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not into them.
Oh, sorry, Coors Layer going down the Finger Lake, Hunter Biden wormhole. R.I.P. I hope you can escape. So look, Zilliqa is a great coin to
Hunter
mine.
Biden's
just
tattoo
to stack
on his back. It's a great.
Yep, all of them.
Great wormhole.
All of them. And if you really want to go down the wormhole, also look up Jim Carrey and the Finger Lakes and the Illuminati thing that he did on was it Jimmy Kimmel?
Exposing or maybe part of?
He's exposing them now.
Yeah, I was leaning towards that.
Yeah.
They make him seem like he's crazy. So
yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. He was on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel was extremely concerned.
I've seen that.
Yes.
That was awkward.
So Zilliqa, look, if you're mining it, that's great. I don't think the token price is really going to moon in the next cycle. Here's their previous all-time high is 20 cents back in 21, and then it got manipulated later on in 2022. So it did achieve a new all-time high. Actually, this chart's a lot better looking than I thought it was going to be. So 20 cents for Zilliqa. I've been merge mining it with a couple other projects that I mine. So it's a fast thing. But now that they're integrated with Ethereum, they have that EVM that increases their use case a lot. This is their, let's go to their socials real quick. This is their Twitter, so y'all know what their official Twitter looks like.
What was their last tweet? What was its engagement? Below pinned.
Below pinned? What
was their last tweet?
Oh, sorry.
Its engagement.
4 hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah, they are very active.
Okay.
Because they're very tightly aligned with Flux. So Flux is
So
like
they
a
have
storage
the
coin.
capacity.
Not yet.
That
They're trying to get to
BJ
1.21 gigawatts.
Screw you guys.
I got it. I flowed with you.
Just that bad.
I was waiting for BJ to rant at it, but
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking up fingers.
you are.
Oh no.
Okay.
No. Everyone's here on the
Dude,
finger
the
legs.
whole attic chat is like going down your wormhole thing.
The
so
wormhole I
so-
went down last week was CIA realistic masks, 1993 George
Oh,
Bush.
no.
Oh, and your boot, the right foot or left?
Oh
The,
yeah.
the right, the boot on the right foot. I don't know too much about. I mean, that just seems like a common injury.
Yeah.
But there's also the bandage of the middle finger in this segment of the
Black
middle
eye.
finger. It's like, I don't know. There's so many weird rabbit holes. You're like, all
There
right,
are.
probably a coincidence, but
Maybe not. I don't know.
That's
Okay,
too
what
much.
let's before we end the show, before we stop the degeneracy,
before we
what,
get shut down.
before we get
Yeah.
shut down, what are y'all looking at to scoop over the next 30 days? What's
Bodies out of the Finger Lakes.
There you go. Boom. Okay,
Freedom.
what crypto bag are you looking to top off
Oh.
over the next 30 days?
I'm accumulating Ethereum right now because
Oh.
I have an NFT that I want really bad.
Oh. Chemistry Bro says AVAX. That's a good pick.
AVAX.
Any AVAX less than 20 bucks is a deal. Arbitrum, bah.
Yeah, I'm looking. I want to get into Singularity Net, Singularity DAO, and
I might get more Ajax.
Graph.
Ajax.
I want to
Yeah,
stack
Ajax
those
is
AI
down.
things. The AI stuff's going to be all over the news forever. All the normies are going to start
Yeah.
figuring out that their jobs are going to be useless in 10 years, be freaking out, and everyone's going to be trying to FOMO into it once crypto market returns back to its, kind of bull cycle. So yeah, I want in on that AI narrative 100%.
Yeah, Crypto says DZ smashed my mom's flux capacitor. RIP your mom's flux capacitor. Look, man. Hey, girls got to eat. BJ,
God.
what are you gonna top off over the next 30
Graph.
days?
I like it.
Graph's good.
Probably AGIX, some C3.
Charlie.
Oh,
I still
Charlie.
want to look back into Nervos again. I mean,
Mhm.
granted, they're like the golden goose claims of interoperability, but I think it's mineable. It's low. Like the market cap wasn't too insane, so that's one I might look at getting back into.
Okay. Oh, Leah Blue. Wait, is that Leah like our writer Leah?
Yeah, I think so.
Osmosis. Osmosis that's a dark horse. People are sleeping on Cosmos so much.
At first, they need to rebrand to Diffusion because it's not osmosis.
Dang
But I
it.
won't go down that.
Dang it. Chemistry Bro,
Cosmos.
back them up. DZ, what are you thinking about scooping over the next 30 days?
I do like AGIX. I do like Charlie. I think those are some pretty good ones. I'm also thinking about scooping up some stronger, safer, less pumpy coins, like a file coin.
Okay.
I've been thinking about getting more file.
Okay.
Avalanche, I think, is a
Reasonable.
If for me, it's going to be some Matic, some Optimism, and then Avalanche.
I need to get more Matic because I
Yeah.
have more optimism and Arbitrum, and I probably need more Matic
Yeah.
than those two.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to basically like 500 AVAX, 1,000 Cardano, and then 500 OP if I can do it. Like that, those are pretty good bags that have good pump potential. So, anyways, let's see.
Hannah, favorite altcoin
oh,
other than ETH?
Other than ETH, what else are you gonna stack?
Yeah, this one's a little polarizing, but I would say Cardano. And
That's
I
not
like-
polarizing.
I like
That's the
Bitcoin.
correct answer.
I like my favorite:
Jesus.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP.
Nothing wrong with that.
Those are my
Two of
favorites.
those are shit coins, but okay.
Well, on that disappointing note, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us on the basement. Nick, run an AVAX node. I don't have enough AVAX to do that, although I do have enough to delegate. Thanks for hanging out.
Are you delegating to NES pool with your Cardano?
No, I'm on
Yeah,
Exodus.
You're a loser.
Sorry. Look, go
Got a
ahead,
steak.
subscribe to this channel, hit that like button. Remember, we are all just spiritual beings doing a human experience. So be gracious with each other. Go out and have a great Thursday. We'll see you later on Blockchain Basement.
Will we?
Comment pizza. Podesta emails 12 times.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.